Oh, and welcome back to the Lilani Grace podcast. Today, my guest is all about health and wellness. She does everything from massage therapy to, I got to look at my list. There's personal training, yoga teaching, wellness coaching. She also does stuff like creates her own teas and tinctures. Anyways, this is Kassandra. Welcome.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. I'm so grateful to be here.
You are so much fun and such a delight. We have met online only. We have not met in person. You live a little far away from me, but we are part of the same Instagram group. And I just always love how you show up for our group. It is amazing.
Thank you. I was gonna say likewise at the same time.
And I was telling her before we came on, her hair looks so good. And you use the beauty water on it, don't you?
I do, yeah. That 6.0 water is
Yeah.
so nice with my curls. It's because it's like the natural same pH as our skin, and which is like part of the keratin that our hair comes from too. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm really stoked to have that 6.0 water so that my hair can just like really do what it wants to do with the curls. And it's usually something really nice. So I can't
Yeah.
complain.
Between you and Haley, the curls are just curling. I love it.
I know, she's the one that got me onto it, and I'm so grateful because I wasn't utilizing my machine to its full capacity before, and now I feel like I'm, like, finding all of the ways to use it in the best ways possible.
Oh, I know last week having Haley and Jen on the episode was just mind blowing. Like they taught me so much. It was
Same,
amazing.
when I listened to it, oh, it was such a good episode, so
Yeah,
potent. So, if you're listening to this, go check that one out next.
absolutely. There's so much you can do with this water. So let's dive into your background a little bit because you are into like all the health and wellness stuff. So where did you kind of start in your health and wellness journey?
I actually started as a personal trainer, but well, okay. First, as a kid, I grew up as a dancer. So
Okay.
I started, my parents always wanted us to be in sports. So really, I started with competitive diving. And then when I got an injury in that, my sister was dancing, and I was like, let's try dancing. Turned out I absolutely loved it. And moving my body was always something that was really important to me. So when I stopped being a dancer, I taught for a little bit, and that kind of led me into personal training because I wanted to stay fit. So I got into the gym, became a personal trainer because I was like, I want to help people. I've always loved working with people and helping people. And yeah, it just kind of like rolled one thing after the other. And then to go into massage, it was kind of funny because during dance, we would do massage trains while we would wait to
Oh,
go on
yeah.
stage and things like that. And everyone would always be like, oh, I want to be in front of Cassandra because she can always find the good spots. And so my whole life, many people told me I should go into massage, and
Yeah.
I just listened to it, and turns out I love doing it, and it's a great way to help people and a wonderful business that has brought me so many places in life. So, yeah, that's been amazing, and just kind of going in and out with personal training over the years. It led me into a lot of wellness coaching to do the bit of things because I had the body side of things down pat, but then
Hmm.
there was still like mental things that I wanted to work through and evolve. So the wellness coaching was a really nice route for me because that was something that helped me. And I was like, well, I feel I could help others through experience, and just kind of as I experience things, if I resonate with it, I'm like, let's dive in and do it too.
Yeah. You're one of those all or nothing people, hey?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes, not in the best ways, but we're learning to balance.
Yeah, it's been really fun watching your growth since I've met you too, because
Mm,
I don't know, it's like when I started following you, you could tell that you kind of knew where your voice was, but you were a little more timid with it, and you had trouble kinda, like, getting it all out, and then watching
mhm.
you evolve, and now you're just, like, so confident and you know what you're talking about, and it's just it's so fun to watch.
Thank you. You are a big inspiration along that journey
Aw.
because watching you step into that and just like say what you want to say and do it and start this whole podcast and like literally step into all of your dreams. I'm like, I can do this too.
Yes.
We are all amazing beings, and let's freaking do this. So thank you for the inspiration because it has opened up so many doors for me and created so much more capacity in my life. And
Yay.
yeah, just doing the work together and being inspired by each other is just such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, our team is just seriously the most incredible group of women. I mean, there's men on our group too, but the women are killing it. And we're always like,
I feel like the women are more active than a lot of the men too in the group, so
yeah,
we
more
s
vocal.
which I forget about them.
We're just a little loud. We like to talk.
I love it, but I love the support because I
Mhm.
honestly think about it every single day that I wouldn't have evolved into the space that I am now
Right?
without that group of women, and, I haven't met most of you in person, and
Mhm.
I feel so deeply connected to all of you,
I know.
and it's
I
just one
feel closer to some of the online friends that I've made than the ones that I've met in person even.
right? It's fascinating how that works, and, like, just going back to that support piece, anytime any of us are having a day, we can reach out to each other, and I haven't had any negativity whatsoever yet, and it's just, like, yeah, the most beautiful thing.
Yeah, and the fun conversation yesterday is I had reached out to you and I was like, "I'm praying for you, girl," and I was like, "You've been on my heart a lot, and I've been praying for you." And you're like, "You've been on my heart too, I've been praying for you." I was like, "Oh, this is amazing."
Yeah, the alignment, truly, right? And
Right?
even my relationship with God has kind of been coming back into my life, and then
Oh, I
being
love
able to
that.
connect with people like you and Haley and all the other women on our team that are involved with the Lord and whatnot has been so incredible as well because it's just all of these beautiful pieces of alignment that like we see the world, we want this wellness, we want to build these beautiful things for our families so that we're not stuck in that loop that we've been stuck in so much, and
Yeah.
it's just amazing that we're all doing it and supporting each other along the way and thriving through it as well. It's incredible.
Yeah, and we've definitely we've attracted all the like-minded people together, which is really fun to see. And even if we're not all on the same page with everything, it's fun seeing the little bit of differences between us and taking and gleaning from that. And there's never any putting each other down for our different beliefs or anything like that. It's just such a cohesive group in a way, and it's different than anything I've been a part of for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's amazing. And I love all the different perspective shifts that it gives me because I don't want to be in an echo chamber ever. I
Yeah.
want to have that little difference that I can have my mind continue working. And I feel like this community and this business really keeps it going and flowing for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got into this 7-ish months ago?
Yeah, I started in September.
Yeah, and you had really wanted the water machine to begin with, but how did you get into the business part of it?
So yeah, the water machine had been on my mind for like 10 years. And
Wow.
I've actually had this was the 3rd kind of team that wanted to recruit me into the water system, and even though I really wanted that water system, I really valued alignment as well, and I wasn't just going to dive into something that didn't feel like it was fully in alignment, and it wasn't until I found this team and the upline that I work with that it really felt like it was the right time to take the plunge, make the move. I mean, I do wish I had the machine for a lot longer so I could have
Yeah.
been having the benefits of the water. However, I'm so grateful that I have stepped into this team because it's just created so much more abundance for me in every single space of my life. Like, I really can't see a negative to it because now that I'm in it, I have it for the long haul and I get
Yeah.
to continue working and growing and having resources and having support and even having the space to create my own resources to share with the team and support others and things like that too. It's yeah, it's just been so expansive and incredible, and I keep coming back to the word beautiful, but that's just the best way that I have to describe it, you know?
It really is. Good for you for holding out for the right team though, because I feel like in other network marketing things that I've been in the wrong team. Like maybe the product could have worked out in the long run, but the teams just weren't it for me. And that ultimately led me to quitting them because I just felt like I had no support. I felt like there was no teamwork happening. I didn't feel like there was resources for me. And then the second I signed up for this and Lisa starts sending me all the resources and I was like, where do I even start? Like there's so many resources for us. I was just blown away.
Totally. I know it's almost overwhelming at the beginning because in like a different way, because I resonate with you in not having support in other network marketing businesses that I've tried to step into and just feeling like I had to quit because I just was throwing spaghetti at the wall and I didn't
Mhm.
know what to do, right?
Yeah.
And then now so you're overwhelmed with that and then now you come into this business with all these amazing resources. You're like, "Whoa, everything's at my fingertips. Now, yeah, where do I start?" And it's
Yeah.
just so cool because once you do dive in, you realize that there's so many beautiful systems in play and so many avenues of support that we can find for the mindset coaching, for the business coaching, for the social media coaching, like anything that you can think of, it's there.
Yeah, it's all available to us, and it's, 90% free to us too, which is
Right?
amazing.
Yeah, where that is actually the biggest draw for this team for me because all the other teams that I saw, they had a lot of coaching and such as well. However, it was behind a massive paywall and there
Yeah.
was nothing free involved except for maybe a Facebook group, right? So now we have multiple resource hubs, multiple teams have their own that they share with other people within
Mhm.
the larger group, and it's vast and beautiful.
Yeah, I know. I feel like a lot of network marketing these days, a lot of people end up making their money off of not the network marketing, but the paywalls within their groups. It's like they just want to make money off of their team, and it kind of wrecks the experience a little bit, in my opinion. I mean, yes, I know that there are some things we can pay for in our group, and I think that's wonderful that there's that extra too. But to have so many free resources is just amazing because a lot of us come into this without having the money to invest in that kind of stuff to begin with. So if we can get our foot in the door with free resources, that makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. And that's why it's so great because this team has like the bulk of everything you need spaces, right? And so all of those steps that you need to take are right there for you. And everyone's going to support you along the way and like guide you to the right place. And you're going to thrive no matter what because you just decide and then you do it, really.
Yeah.
And then team is what directs you into that space of doing it, right?
Yeah. So how did you find our team?
I found it incredible because when I first started this business, I was a bit in a burnt out space, but I knew that I wanted something else in my life. And I knew that even though I was burnt out, I could step into this because I saw the support that was there. And it truly brought me out of that burnt out space while also building the business. And that's something that I just haven't fully wrapped my brain around yet for myself because
Yeah.
I think about it all the time that I'm like, I am so fascinated that I was in such a burnt out space feeling so done with my in-person work and things like that. Yet I showed up and continued to show up with this business and thrive even more. And then that like permeated into the rest of my life. And now everything is thriving. And it's just like, wow, I did not expect that this business would do that for me. And
Right?
I couldn't be more grateful because I didn't have to then fully step away from the things that I still enjoyed, but didn't want to do completely. Right. Oh, it's just, I'm
I
very
know, it's
grateful.
funny that you can add something to your plate and end up experiencing less burnout.
Yes, because in the past, when I've tried to add those things to my plate with other companies, it's just created more burnout because that support wasn't there. And
Mhm.
that's, I think, the biggest piece that people need to realize that when you're stepping into our team or our space and working with any of us, that you're not alone ever.
Yeah.
It's not a lonely road.
Well, we weren't made to do things on our own. Like, especially as women, women need that community even more than men do. I find men can kind of be on their own and they just thrive, but women really need that support system.
Yes.
Something just ingrained in our souls. We need our women.
Yeah, that community, right? That village where we're all because we all look out for each other. We're more
Yeah.
thoughtful beings and we're always watching and seeing and hearing each other so that we can keep that community going because we're like beautiful flowers. We just want the flower next to us to bloom versus
Mhm.
competing, right? And
Yeah.
that's like very much the vibe of our team too, which is so amazing.
Yes, absolutely. We've got that mothering spirit to us just naturally. Yeah, it's so fun. Tell me a little bit about your health because you've had a few health flare-ups recently, but you're doing a lot better with it.
Yes, and that's also something that I have like this business for and the water machine for because since May mainly since May of 2025, it's been cyclical once a month during my cycle generally that, yeah, I have these health flare-ups where I'm sick in the bathroom every 10 to 15 minutes, and it's just 11 to 24 hours until it kinda
Ugh.
stops, and even going to emergency, getting an IV and all 4 drugs that can stop that kinda sickness and things like that, doesn't even touch it, doesn't slow it down.
Wow.
Yeah, and so working with my doctor, we're really working on relieving stress and taking stressful things out of my life, and it's amazing because I used to because it rocks my mind gut axis because I'm so sick from my stomach and such that it really messes with my mental health and my physical health when I have those
Uh-huh.
flare-ups, so this business has helped me bounce back mentally so much faster than I ever have, and really that started, about, I would say 3, 4 months in because I was really doing that, like, mindset work and doing a lot of that self-coaching and self-leadership that we have access to gain capacity with in this business, and that really helped me step back into myself and bounce back mentally so much faster. Remember in December, it took maybe 3 days, and then in February when I had my flare up, it was probably 2 days, and then this time I was back on Tuesday and my flare up was on Sunday. So it's amazing how this has created that capacity for my mental health to really bounce back and be so much stronger because it's given me stable foundations that I really didn't have before because I didn't know how to build them.
Yeah.
And then I got the resources through this business to build them. And it's been so amazing because with the mental health bounce back, my physical health gets to bounce back even faster too, because I'm not stuck in any loops anymore. I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay,
They're
that
so
happened.
connected.
Yeah, right. And I find more appreciation for my body through it too, because now that I've done so much inner work, I can understand that, like, even though I'm going through these experiences, I'm still healing through it too.
Yeah,
And that's okay. And that's a good
absolutely.
thing. And the water is good because it keeps me more hydrated. Because the
Yes.
thing that I've also noticed is when you're so depleted and hydrated because you can't keep anything in your body, I would have a massive headache for
Mhm.
at least, I would say 16 hours after the
Wow.
flare up. And I worked the next day and I probably had a headache for maybe 2 hours. And
Same.
that I believe is due to the molecular hydrogen water that I'm ingesting and really allowing my cells to be hydrated on that cellular level and then produce energy from being so hydrated, right? So my body can recover so much faster because I'm just putting better water into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love how this business fits so well with all the other things that you're doing, right? Like it just flows so perfectly.
Yeah, it truly does because when you want to be healthier, you could take all the supplements you want, but if the water that you're ingesting isn't serving you well, it's not going to allow you to absorb anything that you're trying to take in either. So having this feels like that kind of foundational first step to a lot of health and wellness. And I'm excited to bring that forth to everybody that I work with as well, because I want them to see the value in this so that they can have this healthy product in their house as well.
Yeah, you're in the perfect market for it. You've got a nice warm market that you can just be like, oh, by the way, I also offer this and I offer this.
Exactly. It's like, "Oh, you like this mindset coaching? Well, we have deeper levels in this beautiful community with even more people to offer from."
Yeah, exactly. So with your like, oh, I just love watching you make your little tinctures and teas and you're like, I'm gonna take some of this and some of this, and you're like, this is good for this. And I learned so much watching you too. Do you find that the water you're using now is making those things more potent?
Yes, I do find that my teas taste better. I can taste more in the tea, and I also find that I feel more benefits from my teas, especially my sleepy time one that I've created because
Nice.
I used to drink that with regular water and it would do a good job, but
Mhm.
now I feel like, man, it just knocks me right out and I
I
stay
need some of
asleep.
that.
I'll send you some. Yeah, it's been amazing, and just, having the concoctions and to mix it into I feel like it just especially the tinctures, they absorb into my body so much better. I have
Mm,
one for lung health and immune health, especially through respiratory season, and I just find that it permeates my cells so beautifully, and
nice.
it just does its job so much faster than even without any water, which is nice.
Yeah. What are some of the other things you're using it for now that you know a little bit more about the water and the different pHs and such?
The biggest thing is stain removal and laundry stripping,
Mm,
so I do wanna get the Anespa. I didn't get the Anespa in my initial package, but
mhm.
that is on my list. But I've
So
been
good.
using the yeah, I know, I can't wait to have those spa
I don't
showers
have
and
it
bath.
either, but I go to Casey's house and I shower.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I wouldn't expect anything else. And so I love it for stain removal because I love my dogs, but they love to make a mess, and my
Yeah.
one dog lately has been eating so many pens, and yeah, I don't know what her fixation is now, but she decided to eat a blue pen on my brown, like light brown couch and all over a blanket of mine too. And
No.
I I know. I took it was the 2.5 pH water thing and I sprayed it on my couch and it actually removed 99% of it. There's just a teeny little bit of like a pink dot, but I
Wow.
honestly can't even notice it, which is super nice. And the bulk of the pen stain was actually on a white blanket, and I do have a little bit of a pink mark there, but it's about 50% of the size that it was, and
Wow.
I was able to get all of the pen out before I washed it, and then even after washing it, it came out even more, so that was
Nice.
amazing. I like it. I'm going back to the laundry stripping. I really like adding the 11.5 water into the laundry stripping because it helps get all of the natural deodorant oils that I use out of my gym wear because it's
Yeah.
all, like, in my armpits of my clothes and my gym wear, and it gets, like, kinda sticky over time, so throwing it in the bathtub to strip it just, like, pulls it out so much more,
That's
and it's
amazing.
crazy. Like, the water used to be gross before, but now it's another level, which kind of is weird to say, like, my clothes are that gross after washing, but
Yeah, but also just, like, the sweat that builds up in our gym clothes too, and, like, a lot of our gym clothes isn't made out of the best material, and it just, like, holds on to all that stuff, and it can get pretty gross. I should probably strip
yeah.
my gym clothes,
I
but
know usually when I can tell when it's time and I'm like, "Oh, it's time."
yeah. Random side note, what do you use for deodorant? I'm curious.
I've been using the Routine deodorant lately. It's, natural, and I believe it's made in Canada.
Okay, I haven't heard of them before.
Yeah, they come in a little pot. They're all over the Kootenays, usually in, like, local, like, little stores that sell, like, kinda mercantile stuff or handmade goods.
Yeah.
You can look them up online as well, but I love it, and my fiancé loves it as well, and I've been really wanting him on the natural deodorant for a while, and
Yeah.
he suffered through trying so many different kinds, and
I
this is
know,
the one
it's
that
so
he's
hard to find a good one. I've been using a salt stick for the last, like, 3 years, I think, and I like that. But I do kinda miss, like, having, like, a scent to my deodorant because I don't wear anything scented either. Like, I don't use perfume or
same.
natural scents and stuff.
I know. I'll, like, sometimes throw on an essential oil. I
Yeah.
do like the deodorant for that. The one I have right now is called Sexy Sadie, and it's, like, a little bit of cinnamon, so it's nice. It's
Nice.
a bit spicy, which is good.
So how
Yeah.
did you get into making your own teas and tinctures and all that stuff?
I had a client that was an herbalist for a while, and
Nice.
I worked with her in her space where she did all of her, like, herbalism and such and had her apothecary on this beautiful, like, handmade wooden shelf wall, and
Wow.
it was amazing, and she taught me how to make some teas and taught me how to do a little bit of herbal infusions and because we would trade services, and then she kind of
Nice.
became my herbal mentor over the years, and so I did a year-long, herbalism course with her just to understand a few different herbs, and so I've done a lot of work on my own as well just to learn. When I read, I like to read, like, textbook type of material. I'm not really, like, a romance novel type of person, so I'm so strange in that way, but yeah, I like to learn when I read, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, and so I have this beautiful textbook of how to make herbal concoctions and tinctures and how to work with herbs in different ways, and it's taught me so much, and I also really wanted it for skincare because around the Kootenays, there's a weed that grows in the ditch called St. John's wort,
Mm,
and I read that it was really good for cold sores, and I used to get really, really bad cold sores, like, consecutively. Stress would bring them out like crazy,
yeah.
sun like, probably once a month I would get one,
Oh,
and then
wow.
it would just yeah, it was a lot, and I did learn actually that having collagen in your diet can take away the herpes virus wherever you have it, and since having
Interesting.
collagen in my diet, I haven't had a cold sore for a year and a half.
I wonder if that's what got rid of my cold sores because I always got them as a kid for a long time, and then there was a while there that I implemented collagen, and now as an adult, I hardly ever get them. The only time I really got them in the last couple of years is when I got my lips tattooed, and she warned me, like, "If you've had, cold sores in the past, this could trigger it," and both times I went
Yes.
in to get them tattooed, it triggered it. I was like, "Oh, interesting." So,
Yeah,
maybe it's the collagen that got
interesting.
rid of them. Good to know.
Totally. Yeah, and then if you ever get them tattooed again, you could take collagen beforehand for, like, a week and set your body up, or,
Yeah.
take the lysine supplement,
Yeah,
and
I
that can
have
help.
some of that too.
Yes, I take it everywhere.
Wild.
And then so the St. John's wort was really good for getting rid of the cold sores, so I would just
Okay.
infuse it into oil. It was also really good for getting rid of pain topically, which is really nice, and then my mom discovered that it was really good for her psoriasis, so
Oh,
I started making yeah, I just started making tons of St. John's wort infusions, and then when I hit my first cycle of burnout, that was just kind of the one thing that I stopped doing because to work with herbs, it's a lot of work, especially when you're foraging them yourself and things like that,
mhm.
and you have to remember when the seasons are and kind of, like, set yourself up
Oh my
to work with it all,
goodness. Yeah,
dry it, and then, like,
full-time job.
put it can be, so, yeah, when I got burnt out, it was just something that was a little bit insurmountable, so I'm really excited to be diving back into it, and the thing that really lit me up was I wanted to create teas for my engagement party last year because I had a tea party.
Aw.
I got really into going for, like, high tea and things like that.
Yeah, that's so cute.
yeah, I made some teas for my whole family to try and snuck some ashwagandha in there so everyone was nice and chill, which was wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pays to have
And
that
that's
knowledge.
it is, it's great because I can and I love creating teas for gifts. I have tons of friends that have gone through surgeries, and I've created tons of teas to help them recover,
Nice.
especially after the breathing tube to help the throat heal
Yeah,
and
that
such.
does not feel nice.
No, not a good time. So,
Mm.
yeah, it's been tons of fun, and I love to create, and then it's a great outlet for also giving gifts because it's all through my business, and then it's all a business write-off, so the girl math just works out so well.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Plus, everyone appreciates a handmade gift. Like, there's just something
Exactly.
so special about it.
Yeah, definitely. And I just love natural stuff and being able to support your body through natural teas, herbs, tinctures, and concoctions is just so special to me. So yeah, I just want to keep diving into that knowledge.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's wrap it up with one more question. What do you feel is the biggest thing you've learned about yourself since starting in high ticket sales?
I think the biggest thing is that I actually stood a lot more in my way than I thought I did.
Mm.
I thought that I was doing the things and making it, like, happen in my life and stuff like that, and then even though I was burnt out, but then I stepped
Mhm.
into high ticket sales and I was like, "Ooh, okay, there's a lot of things that I can work through within my own mind that are going to allow me to level up that I was very heavily avoiding and just pretending didn't need to have work done." And since, like, releasing that and stepping into the work, expansion on every level, and it's just like step, step, step. It's amazing.
Yeah, I bet since you're in like the health and wellness space, you probably felt like you were doing all the right things already because you are so in tune with like all that side of stuff. But it's a common theme with everyone that I've spoken to on our team. As soon as you join, there's so much self work that you end up doing, and it's not something that you expect coming into a sales team. Like self work, what? Like, but so many of us come in and we're just like, oh yeah, mindset, yeah, work through this, yeah. Oh, wow, I'm learning all kinds of stuff. It's
It's
crazy.
amazing. And even, like, if you came from a sales job before, like, say you came from a car dealership, they don't teach you this kind of stuff either.
No.
You're just kind of, like, thrust into it, and it's like, "Okay, go sell some things."
Mhm.
Whereas here, we've got that support to be like, "Yes, you still need to do your work, but we got you regardless."
Hmm.
And then you're gonna thrive too because there's no other way if you're doing the work other than to thrive.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I am so happy that we met through this space, and I'm excited to see where you end up because I've already seen so much growth in you, and I'm excited to see where we are in like 6 months to a year from now.
Me too. Same for you, you know? I'm so excited and grateful for the inspiration and to be here and have this amazing conversation and to see where we rocket off to in the future.
Yes, I'm so excited. Where can people find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at Wild Living Wellness. My website is wildlivingwellness.ca or .com, and on Facebook as well at Wild Living Wellness.
Perfect. I'll have that in the show notes. Thank you so much for coming on, Cass.
Thanks so much for having me, Lilani. Have a
Bye,
great day.
everyone.